This video is to show how to work the fringe that is pulled up through this specific chevron pattern. What I do is I've already cut 10 strands of yarn that are the 90 inches long, and I've wrapped a piece of yarn around them with a knot in it to hold them together so that it'd be easier to pull through all 10 strands of yarn up the afghan at the same time. So I chose to start at the top of the afghan just because it's easier to see where we're going to place the stitches with the post stitches facing that direction. So to start, it's easier for me to grab this little knot. If you feel comfortable doing it, you can use a crochet hook to pull the yarn through each space. It's just a personal preference. So to start, what we're going to do is we're going to work from the bottom, from the back of the blanket, and I'm going to push that knot up through the first row between two of the stitches that are at the peak. And I'm just going to pull that yarn through like that, and that's pretty simple. The next row it's going to go down, we're going to skip one row, and we're going to go down between the chain one of the third row down. Just pull it up like that, and that starts our fringe that's woven through the entire blanket. The next row is going to be in the first row of the next color. So the chain one of the first row of the next color, we're going to pull the yarn up, and then we're going to skip the next row, and we're going to push the yarn down through the next row of the color. So it's always going to go over the stitch with the first post stitches, and it's going to go in between the two bottom post stitches. So the next one, we'll do the same thing. I'll grab my knot, and we're going to go up in the chain one of the next color, the first row of the next color, and then we're going to go down in the chain one of the next, between the next post stitches. Hopefully that helps. When you get to the end, you're going to pull the strands all the way through until you have about 10 inches here. Once you have that done, what I do is I just tie a knot, and this is going to be really long because I haven't pulled it all the way through, but I simply just tie a knot at the end and pull that yarn all the way through. Again, it won't be this long because you should only have about 10 or 11 inches left. And then I just tighten it right there at the edge so that your knot is right at the border of the blanket. And it's easy to see in this row. There's our 10 inches, and I'll trim it to make it even. There's our knot, and we've woven the fringe throughout the whole blanket, coming up on the first row of the color and going down on the third row of the color between the post stitches. If you have any questions, just let me know, and I'm happy to help. You can always email me at craftingfriendsforyou@yahoo.com. Thanks, everyone.